Closing arguments in the bail application of 5 suspects implicated in Thabo Bester's audacious prison escape is set to be heard today. The Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court has been hearing witness testimony, placing the suspects at the center of this brazen escape. Last week, a suspended G4S employee, Motenyane Masukela, denied helping Senohe Matsoara offload a corpse at Mangaung Correctional Centre. A state witness told the court how Katlego Bereng's body formed part of the escape plot. The accused face multiple charges, including corruption, fraud, and defeating the ends of justice. Well, let's get you an update from outside court now. Linda Mnisi joins us live. Linda, great to see you. Thanks very much indeed for coming on. So plenty of witness testimony on the various aspects of how Thabo Bester was able to stage this audacious prison escape, closing arguments, and then a decision on bail.
Indeed, Michelle, and it's highly unlikely that, we'll hear judgment today. What we're going to be hearing today are indeed those closing arguments from all the legal representatives involved in this bail application. You've rightfully pointed out some of the witness testimony that's come out here in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court, where all the 5 accused in the Thabo Bester prison escape matter have made bail applications. They initially deposed affidavits in which they detailed, their personal circumstances, really, not necessarily going at length about why it is that they deserve bail, because you'll remember, Michelle, they're facing Schedule 1 offences, so that means that the onus really is on the state, to prove that it would not be in the interest of justice for them to be granted bail, and the state went to bring a witness, someone who's very close to investigations in this matter, an investigating officer who, of course, cannot be named as per the court order. But the witness getting on the stand and testifying about the alleged involvement of all the accused persons, right from when the vehicle that allegedly transported Katlego Bereng's body into the prison was hired, to how it got, Katlego Bereng's body and ultimately transporting it into the prison facility. Senohe Matsoara, who's applicant number 1 in this bail application, plays right at the center of facilitating this prison escape. You'll remember his role at the G4S prison. He was a supervisor, which meant that he really had, certain powers to get, through to certain individuals, and, the interactions that he would have had with the likes of Motenyane Masukela, as well as, Makotsa and Anastasia Janssen, who are all implicated in this matter. But ultimately, what the legal representatives here, and the defense, that is, are arguing is that their clients will not interfere, with the witnesses. They are not a danger to society, and that their release will not destabilize the public. But of course, the state witness really, against that, saying that in fact he believes that if they are released, it will really, cause an uproar, particularly in the public, who have voiced out that they're quite unhappy about the manner in which this crime happened.
And in the midst of this, the Thabo Bester saga at large continues, with that briefing by the Home Affairs Minister just yesterday, Linda. In fact, we're in conversation with Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi a little later on within the hour. But how does that sort of play into perhaps not the trial today, but the case as a whole?
Well, ultimately, Michelle, if Dr. Nandi Pamakudumana, who's now approached the Bloemfontein High Court to have her arrest set aside and declared unlawful, if she has her way in that court, it would mean that ultimately in this overall matter, she will be removed as accused number 4, and that will only leave the case with 7 accused persons. So far, we know that she's facing charges relating to the violation of a corpse and claiming Katlego Bereng's body fraudulently so. So she's facing charges of violating a corpse, fraud and corruption. In that, of course, there were also, alleged bribes or alleged kickbacks that were given to, the people who alleged to have participated in this particular matter. So we're seeing a lot of challenges, in this matter. She was expected to apply for bail, but she chose to reserve her right, citing, of course, critical evidence that she says had emerged. So at a later stage then, we'll get to know exactly what the implications of her application will be, given the fact that the state is also alleging, the principle of common purpose. It says that these people were working together ultimately to achieve one goal. And what is that goal? It was, of course, to secure the escape of convicted murderer and rapist Thabo Bester.
Linda Mnisi is live to us there outside court as that bail application draws to a close. Linda, thanks very much indeed for that update.